Hello, hello. Testing again. സോ എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. ഇവിടെ ഡിസ്കോലീസി ആണ് എന്ന് കളിക്കുന്നത്. കുറച്ച് ദിവസം മുന്നേ 2 ദിവസം മുന്നേ സോ എനിക്ക് ഈ ഗെയിം തീർക്കാനല്ല തീർക്കണം. ആക്ച്വലി നമ്മള് ഒരു മർഡർ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റിഗേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി റെവസ്റ്റോളിൽ വന്നേക്കുന്നതാണ് മാർക്കറ്റിൽ. നമ്മൾ യൂണിയൻകാരുടെ ഒരു ഹെൽപ്പ് വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ആക്ച്വലി ബോഡി നമ്മൾ ആ മരത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇറക്കിയതിന് ശേഷം ബേസിക് ബോഡിക്ക് റിപ്പോർട്ടൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ബോഡി നമ്മൾ അയച്ചു കൊടുക്കും. നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ കമ്പാനിയൻ ആയിട്ടുള്ള കിംസുന്തി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഡിറ്റക്റ്റീവ് ഉണ്ട്. പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ്റെ കൂടെ നമ്മൾ അയച്ചു കൊടുക്കും. അതിനുശേഷം പുള്ളിക്കാരനോട് അയച്ചതിന് ശേഷം നമ്മളിപ്പം നമ്മൾ തന്നെയാണ് പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ നാളെ രാവിലെ 7 മണിക്ക് എന്നാണ് പുള്ളി പറഞ്ഞത്. നാളെ രാവിലെ 7 മണി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വെനസ്ഡേ ആണ്. ഗെയിമിന്റെ ടൈം അനുസരിച്ച് ഇന്ന് ട്യൂസ്ഡേ ആണ്. നോക്കാം എങ്ങനെ പോകുന്നു. ടൈം അനുസരിച്ച്
The door is closed. Still, you should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. Not to mention, great exercise.
ഇറങ്ങുവാണ്. മഴ നനഞ്ഞിരിക്കുകയാണല്ലോ പുള്ളിക്കാർക്ക്. നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെ ഇതിന്റെ മേളിലെത്തണം? അത് എങ്ങനെയാണ് എത്തേണ്ടതെന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിയത്തില്ല. അപ്പോൾ സ്ട്രീമർ മോഡ് ഞാൻ ഓണാക്കി വെക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. കാരണം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാല് സ്ട്രീമർ ഞാൻ സ്ട്രീമർ മോഡ് ഓണാക്കണം, അല്ലെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് കോപ്പിറൈറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. സ്ട്രീമർ മോഡ് എവിടെ നിർത്താണോ നോക്കുന്നത്? കാരണം എനിക്ക് ഓൾറെഡി ഒരു കോപ്പിറൈറ്റ് അടിച്ചു. താഴോട്ട് പോകുന്നുണ്ട്. സ്ട്രീമർ മോഡ്.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Hopefully no one heard. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. There's nothing else to do than to leave and tell Everard. No conceivable reason for you to intrude on the premises. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle.
I will definitely get inside that.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty. This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. The flag accepts your honorable salute with quiet dignity.
Do it. I want to see him do it actually.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines. An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Who knows? Could be. But this clothes in the trash lead doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. Still, good thing to keep in mind. A row of mugs sits on the shelf.
ലെവലപ്പ് കിട്ടി നമുക്ക് എനിക്ക് റിയാക്ഷൻ കൂടി ചെയ്യണം പെർസെപ്ഷൻ ചെയ്യാം so low. Authority is a big important to me. In authority ആയിട്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് ചെയ്യാം This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took this down. Preston spotted gleaming white ship. The kind of series kind of that. Okay, basically ഗണിതത്തിൽ പയ്യെ പയ്യെ ബെറ്റർ ആയിട്ടുള്ള സംഭവം എടുക്കാം. Now we are wearing something much more clean. But clean ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരെണ്ണം. Nice. നമുക്ക് ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഈ ഷർട്ടിന്റെ ഗുണം നമുക്ക് ഒപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റും, പക്ഷെ അത് പിന്നീട് അത്ര അത്യാവശ്യമാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്കില്ല. ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ആ പാൻറ് അത്ര നല്ലതല്ല. നമുക്ക് പിന്നെ മാറ്റാം.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out?
Just an ordinary wall.
Хорошо.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
That's the point of it. What the?
looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so. Apples. Yeah, apples. I take it you had other...
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested. The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
To the left of a small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles. The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her. No response. No response. No response. No. 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 No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same.
What? Sold?
Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
Sure, man.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
These
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and you keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. The drawers. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952, and a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy. How may I help you?
The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy. No. Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period? Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't read anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one. It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon sign hangs on the side of a building. Video Revachol, 24 hours. It's raining and there is almost no traffic on the street. A woman's footprints in the mud lead away from the front door. Tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed with a lifetime ahead of them. You look up and the air seems to grow darker. The call is terminated by the other party. You're left with the discomforting sound of the disconnect tone. This is the night watchman's. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin... You stand... Rusting control panel. No screech of metal when you push the button this time. Only silence as the crane remains in its state of dormancy. No screech of metal when the crane does not return to its original position. It does not move. You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. The container door appears unmoved by your attempt at flattery. The door does not respond to your advances. Is it possible that it seems somehow more closed than before? No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. Yes, yes, what's that, Harry? You're getting a little pale. Is it the words paranoid schizophrenic and lost gun? I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did, so we're all good here. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Those Senorita Pineapple people are scary motherfuckers. Decimating your state if you don't give them your pineapples.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees. Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
An entire neighborhood of killers.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you, idealistic people who want to make sure that bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow. One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping action, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation. Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. You said it, Harry. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative. Harry, they're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order.
Separate one from the herd.
Oh, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet smell from a city block away, and he's always having noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy. You would die, Harry. You would die, and in the process start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debarders Union and the Citizens Militia. Angus, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly feet are all part of the Union. You have as much right to arrest him as he has to arrest you. Actually less, because it's his home and his backyard. You are a guest here, Harry. Please remember that. Oh, Harry. This is getting real grim, and there's no need for that. We are friends. But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real. Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else? Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet. Yes, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't. What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you. Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Roller skating, not drugs, Harry. You like this.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun. Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you. By all means, Harry, what's on your mind? See you soon.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. The youth centre cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
So, a streamer trying to watch him.